Hello, this is Victor. We haven't met this year so far, but let me begin by saying Happy New Year 2023. It's been a while, but I hope you all have had wonderful holidays. For those who are visiting this channel for the first time, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all. For the OGs, today I'm gonna pick the story about my hijacking from episode number 9. So, all right, we are at Westlands in Nairobi. The stop, for those who have been here for a while, is Chiromo, just along Nairobi University. The hijacker who had stolen my phone at a gunpoint and taken control of the vehicle in which we were traveling. So what happened next? Sit back and relax. It's coming up in a while. Now, mark you, this turn of events might be somewhat chilling for some of us, but it's a fair warning. So the driver fired the engine and took off as fast as he could towards Westlands. But then a few moments later, there was a traffic snarl-up and a line of vehicles lined up towards the Westlands roundabout, for those who are familiar with that environment. So we gradually slowed down under that particular heavy traffic jam. Of course, that's what these bastards never wanted. So perhaps they wanted to drive us away as fast as they could, out of the city, perhaps to a thicket somewhere in Kiambu or some other place. So under normal circumstances, what would happen in a traffic snarl-up, and in case there is a contingent of vehicles at the front in a one-way, the driver will check out the side mirror to his side and undertake to overlap, of course. And in fact, that's what happened here. This hijacker sensed that some of us might want to raise alarm in the snarl-up, so he kept on tossing glances at the side mirror on his side to make sure there was not any vehicle coming from the rear, so he could overtake the rest of the traffic caught up in the jam. So folks, sensing this heightened concentration, I took my chance. And I had to take that chance. It was brutal, but I had to take that chance. I had to do something. So my timing would but wind up accurate though. So he glanced at the side mirror once. I checked again twice, 3 times. And while he was gearing himself to overlap, I grabbed at the door lock, opened it with a quickness you would never have imagined, and then I dived straight on the tarmac road and fell on my left shoulder. Then I slammed the door shut, just in case he decides to open fire. But I knew that would never have happened because his concentration to overlap was quite heightened at that particular juncture. So what happened after my rescuing myself from the hijackers? That, folks, is a story for another day. I know some of us want to know what happened to Mr. John Taylor during his version of hijacking. That is coming up in a little while. Don't touch any other dial. So the previous episode was episode number 11 of Survive. So as you recall, the men in the helicopter divided themselves into 2 groups, that is grout men and hair men. So what happened next? I'll proceed. and slept too much at medical school. And in that passive mode, I had gathered generations of rust. My brows were scribbled into two little dimensionless ticks, and my eyes shone out at the helicopter in a vampire-like sparkle of surprise. I assumed it was a test to my endurance. Whether there was a greater lapse of time before my deciding to flee, I cannot recall. But with pure lust of salvation, I opted to flee southward in my captor's vehicle. "Give me the keys." "Fuck the keys," said Mr. Cooper. I kicked and turned him over. "What do you want from me, soft head? I can do things that most of the people cannot. Who are you working for? A pig like you cannot just bang in Boston, not without a pimp's heart." "You psycho," he barked, stealing his hands into his hair and giving it a mighty squeeze. "Shoot me! Kill me!" I aimed and shot him twice on his left leg. Nose down, he crashed onto the tarmac road, but started as though he would grab me and squeeze my lungs out of my chest. "Shall we talk sense now?" I said, and fired at the other. "You are the idiot who switched off your buddy's life machine in Afghanistan. Still working for Miss Howard, aren't you?" The man feigned indifference. I could see it. It went that the man he had killed was an acquaintance of Peggy, Mr. Lee's mysterious daughter. That is my sister. "The keys are on the board. The keys are on the dashboard. You piece of work." He stammered in pain. He crashed back on the ground and let out such a loud scream I believed he would spit his throat out. Then I struck him on the head, hard, twice. I sent him spinning in all directions. His skull caved in on the left side, so he fell unconscious. Twice, I shot in the air and spun. Sneaking myself onto the driver's seat, I rummaged about in search of the ignition key. Bingo! I got it. So much for the combat warm-up. I fired the engine, engaged the reverse gear, then I hit the brakes, drew the gun and tossed it onto the dashboard. Bullets rammed across the left side mirror, shredding the windshield completely. These bullets were coming from the helicopter. I slammed onto the accelerator pedal and drove straight ahead, fast and clumsy. It took me about 6 minutes to contain the indignant pounding in my chest, I dare say, but I had many reasons to believe in my extraordinary blight of skills at the wheel. Veering sharply to the right, I took an eastern course along Cambridge Street. Several gunshots followed, but I was ready. So I returned the fire with an equal dose of the same. It is one thing turning back and running like hell, all right, but this, no way. You can't just dodge bullets. Another shot came, followed by another. Shots followed shots. The atmosphere trembled. Then the chop appeared again and engaged my sphere of enemies to infinity. This was a vortex of doom. They came after me. I knew they did. So folks, with that, I come to the end of my today's episode. So we see John Taylor trying to thwart a kind of hijacking in Boston. So, what happens next? Stay tuned to the next episode. Goodbye.